Are you consuming like any comedy as a fan? Because Netflix drops, it feels like 2 or 3 specials a week at this point. Like, are you tapping into like other comedian specials just to kind of see what they're doing? Or
No. I tell comedians, I have this one rule: never watch another comic. You could take a peek, but never watch another comic.
Because maybe subconsciously something happens there that you don't even
watch.
notice.
Yep, you watch them and they funny, and the next thing you know, you either flip their joke or you got their style. And if you ever watch my stand-up, my shit's so cold that if Mike Epps said it best, he said, "You still TK Kirkland shit, you know it's TK." Because nobody talks the way I talk or think the way that I think. And when in the 90s, when I was trying to pursue HBO, going to meetings, Showtime, going to meetings.
Because that was kind of like the pinnacle
thing.
of comedy, like getting an HBO
had to get
special.
on there. And I was always, my mindset was always ahead of my time, being independent. And you kids came along. And I always knew in the 90s that my career was going to change based on youngsters like you.
Right.
Because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know there was going to be podcasts.
Right.
I didn't know there was going to be this streaming thing. Just knew something was going to happen. I said, my world is going to change when the young kids get older. And then bam, we have this new life and entertainment. You know, like now I have my own network.
Right.
I don't have to go to HBO. I don't have to go to Netflix. But most comedians who sit in a brainwash, I got to do Netflix.
Right.
I got to have my show.
That's true.
But I do my own shit, make my own money. Like you said, like an independent rapper.
Yeah, it feels like the comedy, I guess the measurables of what makes you a successful comedian is changing now. Because
Yes. A lot.
Because now you'll see guys like Andrew Schultz or Joe Rogan or the 85 South guys.
Yes.
And they have their own platform that's way bigger than any Netflix show.
Yes.
That's bigger than doing a special and selling it. Like I think Andrew Schultz he made millions of dollars.
Millions. Yep. I did a show a couple years ago. It's good to see what he's done. But I do the same thing.
So it feels like that at least the tide is turning in the comedy world in terms of like back in the day you almost had to have a sitcom or catch a movie.
Right. Yes.
Or catch one of those roles that kind of be considered like.
And what you guys are, these podcasts that tape and do your thing, you guys are the new Arsenio Hall shows, the new David Lettermans.
Right.
See, because back then them the only shows you could get on.
And you could only have like 3 or 4 minutes at a time.
Exactly.
As opposed to sitting down for an hour and people really know who you are.
Because the world watches you guys' show.
Yeah.
The world listens to my podcast. The world listens to Vlad. The world listens to The Breakfast Club, you know?
Yep.
So it's really done an honor. It's been a blessing for me.